Today, we have a very clear vision. Our vision is to connect brands with consumers and consumers with brands. If something does not work in this connected destination that we've defined for ourselves, frankly, we're not interested. And I'll let you in on some of the strategy and some of the, I guess, the logic and research that's led us to that. So, we are 3 guys in South Africa. The youngest of the trio, I think the eldest is probably 38 or 39. We live in Africa. We live in South Africa. So our vision, for starters, is very geographically defined. We are geographically defined as starting a business in South Africa that we want to be Pan-African. That drives a behavior that deals with time thieves. Somebody comes to me tomorrow and wants me to buy a radio station in Brazil. I save myself a lot of time by wishing them all the best and telling them I'm not interested. Industries. We started in media. In fact, we started in communications. And the reason why we could start in communications is because of the low barriers to entry of communications. And if I had to guess, I would say 30% of the people in this room, in fact, more, 40% of the people in this room are probably are in a business that has very low barriers to entry. In other words, we had a PR firm. Events, everybody can do an event, just not everybody can do it well, right? Sure. So it's a low barrier to entry. You don't need a license, you don't need a real qualification, you just need some clients, and get some flowers, get some food, get some drinks, and you have an event. We're an events company. Yes, now we do it really good. It's not that simple, but anybody can get into it. So we also started in businesses that were low barriers to entries. And I hear a lot of entrepreneurs beat themselves up about being in businesses that are low barriers to entry. You gotta start somewhere. Now we're in businesses like Power and Capricorn, where you need to apply for a radio broadcasting license. And once you own the license in Gauteng, and incidentally, Power is the last one here. So once you are Power, you know that you are in a very secure space. Nobody can get up in the morning and launch a Power. But that takes time. So that's our view on industries. On clients, South Africa is a great start for us, and we're quite focused on building a good reputation here for a couple of reasons. As you know, it's the largest economy in Africa. South Africa is also very well structured and very well coordinated. We have 4 banks, large banks, 3 telcos, 3 or 4 FMCG companies, and 3 or 4 retailers. That's it. So the quantum of people you gotta get to in South Africa to get to kind of the 80% of the economy aren't that many. It's not like the United States. So if we could drive our strategy with this handful of decision makers in South Africa, and because they're in South Africa, they have a higher propensity to grow into the continent, our vision, we believe, will be fulfilled from that strategy. And that's kind of the logic we've gone through in crafting our home, our own M3, I guess. So whether I am doing a Mahala campaign on MTN and Capricorn FM, or Quizzical is doing a cooking show for Robinson Spices, every one of these activities for us has got to connect brands with consumers and consumers with brands. If it doesn't fall within that vision, thank you very much, all the best. Technology, finally, is perhaps the most exciting thing happening in our business right now from a strategy perspective, because we're very excited about solving really big problems in really important industries. And using the power of technology has clearly shown us how that's been done around the world, particularly in the US and Europe. And we think that South Africa and the rest of the continent has really, really big problems in really, really big industries. And it's going to take trendsetters like ourselves to fix those problems. So that's perhaps the next frontier that we are quite excited about. Now, I can say all of these things about this business only because we've been able to be very clear about our vision. And you look at the logos that are, one more back, that are on the screen here. And yes, of course, we are filled with pride about what we've achieved. But all of which wouldn't work. All of which I don't think we would achieve if we were not very, very clear about the vision. If we were not very, very clear about what defined success for us. So my last words, which was the next slide, was a mantra that I'd like to share with you as you craft your own vision. If you are busy planning every day, whether to fly, to walk, or to sail, and you don't know whether you're going to Cape Town or North, please keep in mind what's worked for me personally is to follow your passion, and the money will come. Thank you.